Today, I want to take the time to dedicate this episode to a very special family, friends of the family here locally in Utah, the Ballantyne family. We lost a very dear friend in Brent Ballantyne, and Brent, I wish you well, rest well, and see you in Godspeed. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 56. This is the Wrestling Fans Insights team's Mock WWE Draft. With, in spirit of WWE Draft coming up here very shortly, we decided to do our own draft, and it's going to be interesting how we're going to do this, but this was an idea brought up by our co-host, Brian Ballard, so I'm going to give the hosting off to Brian right now. Brian, go ahead and do your thing here.
All right, guys. So this is going to be fun because, people like fantasy drafts, right? NFL does it, and even basketball. And then with the WWE draft season coming right around the corner, I think it's going to be a fun chance for us to kind of split our teams up a little bit and to just kind of compete and see who, does draft the best team. And then maybe we can do a little poll afterwards on Twitter to see who done it best. So we'll go ahead and we'll introduce the teams. So first and foremost, I'll introduce my team here. Representing Team SmackDown, it will be none other than the group that is too hot to handle, too cold to hold, the greatest temptation, just a little bold. Representing SmackDown tonight, it's the Hype and
your daddy's type.
Boom, there it is. All right. So the Hype and your daddy's type representing Team SmackDown. And for Team Raw, we have...
Oh, wow. How do we top that, Heather? We have Miss Roll Tide and the Holy Grail. We're known as the
bitches.
That's right. We're the Holy Roll Tide bitches.
There it is. And you guys are representing Team Raw. So what I'll do real quick is I'll go over our draft rules. We already did a recording coin toss in which Team Raw did win, calling heads, and so you guys will get the first pick. But let's go through those rules. That way everybody in the audience understands and we kind of refresh ourselves. So overall, we are drafting for the two brands, as mentioned, with the teams. Each team will get 25 picks each, and we will have 1 minute to make those picks. If a pick's not made in that time frame, you would actually lose the pick for that round, and then you'd have to recover and try to recuperate the next round. Again, I'm assuming we'll play nice with each other here and not be too mean about that. You guys can...
I got a timer.
We can draft singles wrestlers. That's up one pick. You can draft official tag teams, and the tag team would be one pick. And when I say official tag teams, it means not combining just two people and making up your own tag team, right? So, and then also we can draft factions as one pick. So, but they also can be broken up if you choose to do that. So, for example, you could draft one member of the faction and say, I'm not taking the faction, and, break that up. And maybe that's a strategy you want to implement on the other team. But you can draft the faction as well. And then finally, only wrestlers are being chosen from the current active Raw, SmackDown, and NXT brands. So no Legends contracts in this one. And those are all going to be verified through the WWE.com webpage. So with that being said, are you guys all okay with those rules and interactions? Or are there any clarifications we want to make before we get started?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. Heather?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. So what we'll do is we'll start in, and then Heather and John, you guys will have the first pick with Team Raw. And if you guys want to let us know, or, I don't know if you guys do it every other person or if you guys kind of collaborated. Carlos, I think you and I are kind of doing the every other person thing, right? Every other pick.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're just doing every other person.
All right. So I'll let you guys be on the clock with that 1 minute timer and, think about or maybe discuss what you want to do for the first overall pick.
Heather, do you want to pick the first person?
Do I want to pick the first person?
Heck yeah.
I'm going to say Bianca Belair.
All right. So the pick is in, and it is Team Raw drafts Bianca Belair, the current champ for Monday Night Raw. Now SmackDown will have the pick. And Carlos, you want to reveal our first pick?
Sure. So again, going with factions and again going with current storylines and getting the most bang for your buck, we're going to take the Bloodline with our number one pick.
Oh.
All right. So that's a value pick right there. So Carlos,
That's a big value pick. Thank you, Heather, for hating Roman Reigns.
You should have broke them up.
Oh, I
No.
was sweating it. I was like, oh, don't pick the Bloodline. Don't pick the Bloodline. So
Thank
we
you.
got Roman, the Usos, and Solo. With the
And Paul
Bloodline.
Heyman.
And Paul Heyman going to Team SmackDown. And so that is now over to Team Raw. I was really actually sweating it because I thought you guys were going to steal it. So,
Yeah.
All righty. Well, based on that, I think we're going to come in and we're going to steal a faction ourselves. We're going to take the LWO with us.
all right. That's a solid pick. I would be remiss if I didn't say Carlos and I were kind of liking that idea. So,
Yeah.
I think it might have been a little predictable with Carlos and his lucha style of commenting. So, maybe we showed our cards a little too much. So the LWO, and who all is in that faction that you're taking?
I got Ray with them too. So they get Ray, everybody, all of them.
Yeah, is that what you guys want? Everybody, Ray? And
No. Well, I don't know. Is Ray considered LWO?
Yeah, he is.
I would consider him. So, I mean, I
Okay.
would say,
I'm
would give
gonna
it
give it to you guys. More bang for your buck.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll take Rey Mysterio along with that,
Cool.
but we'll also
Yeah.
Because if otherwise it would be Legado de Fantasma. So again, but together they're LWO.
yeah. So we'll take Rey Mysterio, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wild,
Nice.
Santos Escobar, and Zelina Vega.
nice. And you guys get a bonus with that with the spirit of Eddie Guerrero. So,
Sweet.
The
little fan.
lowrider car is included.
Viva la raza.
So up next, I'm going to pick for Team SmackDown, and I'm actually going to take Cody Rhodes.
Man.
You guys are bombing this. Did
Hey, who asked
you
you?
not take notes?
No, because I just now popped up in this.
Yeah, she was kind of thrown into this with no preparation. So
Hey, the 5 P's that I tell people at work: proper practice prevents poor performance. Just saying. So,
No mercy.
is that
We're Team SmackDown.
pretty much your long way of saying eat shit, dirtbags?
Yeah. We're tired of being thought of as the afterthought of brand. We're taking back our luster.
Team Raw's on the clock, and let's see, was it John that took LWO?
Yeah. So Heather, did you want to
Heather?
take the pick?
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Oh, ouch! Nice.
good.
Nice.
That's interesting because you get like a main eventer with Kevin, and some of the main eventer there with Sammy too. He's kind of borderline, and then plus the tag team and the championships. Nice pick. All right, and it's back to us, and I believe Carlos is up.
So with this, again, taking factions and again, we're going to take Imperium.
Oh, you rat
Love it.
bastard.
All right, so Imperium. Can you name all the members?
No, we got the tag team, and then we got Ludwig Kaiser, and then Giovanni Vinci, and of course,
Gunther.
Gunther, Walter. Yeah. So,
yeah, thank you.
I like it. Yeah, that's a solid pick. So nice job, Carlos.
All right.
Back Team Raw.
All right. Well, since he took my first on favorite, we're going to go on to the next one. We're going to go with the Brawling Brutes.
That hurts.
Sheamus, Butch, and Ridge Holland.
Good pick.
So we got faction warfare going here, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
up to pick 5. Is that right? Keep me honest.
You
here.
better come on.
No, that
Read
was-
my mind. What are you taking?
We're at pick 5, right? Because we stop at
Yeah.
25. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm making.
No, we're our fourth pick.
This is our 4. Thank you. Yeah. So I think I'll say that at the beginning of each here. All right. I don't know how you feel about this one, Carlos. Actually, all right. So I'm going to take, hopefully Carlos likes this thought. Carlos, give me a number 1 or 3.
Just pick what you want to pick. If you're following the theme of what we picked so far, I hope you know my pick. But just pick what you want to pick.
It's going to be a little off. So I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to take Brock Lesnar because I want some mainstream. I want a mainstream name to draw to our brand. So, and it's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, yay.
So, all right, Brock Lesnar is ours.
You guys suck. All right, Heather, don't disappoint me on this next one.
Street Profits.
Wow.
Street Profits. All right. So Street Profits going with the tag team, and that was your guys' pick 5.
Yes.
Judgment
sir.
Day. Oh, thank you for not picking. Thank you for hating Dom Mysterio. We're taking Judgment Day.
All right, we're taking Judgment Day. So we got Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yes.
Pick.
Again, so you guys have Bianca. You have the Raw Women's Champion, and so we now have the SmackDown Women's Champion
Good catch.
and the Intercontinental Champion. Maybe since we have the Intercontinental Champion, you guys that might help one of your guys' picks. I don't know.
So we'll pass it over to pick 6, Team Raw.
You know what? I think we're going to go with the tag team on this one. We're going to take not Sonya, but Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
No, oh, wow. Okay.
All right, taking my MMA people. All right, I see what you did there.
Yeah, take that with a wet fish.
Yeah, I'm like, man. All right. Well, I don't get my MMAs, but that's fine. So you guys got Shayna and Ronda, 2 recognizable names. So for us, for our pick 6, I am going to take – we're going to do the New Day. That gives us the value of a tag team plus a returning Big E Langston, who is a main event former champion.
That's a good pick, but I think you picked them too. I think you picked them too high.
Yeah, I wanted to do them.
We could have got him a lot later. But anyways, you wasted a pick, but whatever.
All right, Heather, you're up to bat.
Nah, you go ahead because I'm screwing this up.
Why don't you just go to WWE.com and go look at the roster? It'll help you out.
How can you?
I'm looking at it, but I'm picking some, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to kind of play the same game as Carlos here because he seems to pick these big factions. Well, I'm going to reunite a big faction here.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, we're going to go.
Business?
We're going to go with the Hurt Business.
That's a good pick.
Okay.
We're going to go with Bobby Lashley, Cedric Alexander,
Okay.
Shelton Benjamin, Omos. Sorry, Heather, and MVP.
Okay. Got a solid manager in there too. So that's your pick 7 is the Hurt Business. So is it back to me this time?
It's my pick now. You took the New Day last.
Okay, cool. So you're up.
So again, just because I feel bad because I feel this person is being disrespected by being left this long on the board, I'm going to take Seth freaking Rollins.
All right. I like it.
Thank you for giving us all these wonderful picks.
All right. Seth Rollins is off the board to us at pick 7, and Raw is on the board clock with team pick 8.
Heather?
Oscar.
Ooh.
Who?
I like
Oscar.
Oscar.
Oh, I thought you said Austin. I'm like,
He should have been champion. All right.
Good pick.
So Asuka at pick 8 to Team Raw. And so for Team SmackDown, I'm going to take the Bullet Club with AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson.
Nice. Good pick.
Damn it.
The club.
I can't
So
believe.
that's our pick 8, and you guys are up to pick 9 on Team Raw.
You know what? I think it's time to get some developmental people in here, Heather. I'm going to go with the Creed brothers.
Just take Diamond Mine. Just take Diamond Mine, please.
You know what? We will. We're going to take the entire Diamond Mine. We're going to. We're going to include
There you go.
We're going to include
Bring back Roderick Strong
that's a solid
too.
pick. I like
Yeah,
the Creeds.
we're going to take
Thank
the
you.
Creeds, Roderick Strong, and Ivy Nile.
Yes, thank you. Yes, good pick. Again, we love again. This is we want to compete, but we also want both shows to be great. Again, we want to help each other out. So again, that's a great pick.
Agreed. All right. Pick 9 to Team SmackDown, and that's Carlos.
So with this pick, so again, just to foreshadow this pick, with this pick, I would give this guy whatever it took to get him on my to be with WWE full time. So with my next pick, I pick Logan Paul.
Oh, I didn't even have him on here, son of a bitch.
Logan. All right.
Okay, hang on. Let me add him. Okay, got him.
Not my favorite, but okay, Carlos. That's okay.
Hey, again, we'll pick opposite weeks to book, and again, I don't want to give away too much, so I'm gonna just stop right there. So again, Logan Paul, my boy. Free prime for everybody.
So we're at pick 10 to Team Raw.
Heather.
Are we pick 10 or pick 9?
No, that was pick 9 for you, for us.
No, that was pick 8, wasn't it?
Are you writing these down? I thought it was pick 9.
No, it's number 8. We're on pick number 9 right now.
John, are we?
I don't know. I've just been writing who's been going to what brand.
Okay.
Number 9. Number 9's right now.
We'll go with Carlos, number 9. Someone's going to have to keep track of the number.
That way we know what they are. So, all right, 9.
Heather.
Let's just go by round. So round number 9, because I think that's where we're getting confused.
I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
Nice, good pick.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So what, round 9 to me, correct?
Yep.
All right. Let me go with, clock is ticking. I'm going to take Charlotte Flair.
Ooh, good one.
All right. So round 10.
So round 10, I think it's time to bring the Viking Raiders with Valhalla.
All right. So Carlos, round 10 is to you.
Hang on.
So are we, so John, who else you got? So let's count the people right now to make sure we got the rounds. Now I'm confused. Can you count how many picks we got so far? Is there 20?
Hang on one sec.
I might have missed marking somebody down.
Now I got to count. Hang on.
All right, sorry.
You good?
All right. So we have pick round 10 to
Second pick of round 10, yeah.
And that is going to be my pick. So I'm going to grab this guy before anybody else thinks of him. I'm going to take Randy Orton.
How about RK Bro?
Okay, we can do RK Bros tag team.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. All right, we'll do RK Bro.
I don't think.
You can get the most bang for our buck.
Okay. All right.
So, round 11, Team Raw's pick.
Let's see. Did I pick last or did you pick last, Heather?
I don't even know. I'm lost.
It should be Heather's pick right now.
All right, Heather.
I'm lost. See, trying to think. Becky Lynch.
Way to separate the married couple.
Damn it.
Divorce time. All right. So round 11, SmackDown's pick, Carlos.
So, with factions, and again, I'm gonna just have fun with this. I'm gonna go with the Wyatt 6.
Okay. Because the only active we have is Bray, Uncle Howdy. Are you including
Rambling Rabbit? You want him really bad?
No. So for me, if I was doing this, just for some fun, I would put. This would be my Wyatt 6. It would be. Is there 2 girls or 1 girl in the Wyatt 6?
I think there's just the one girl.
One girl. So it would be Bray, Uncle Howdy, Alexa, Baron Corbin. I'd have Bronson Reed, and then I don't have the other ones. So let's just say those 5 for now.
Okay, so I got Bray, Howdy, Alexa. You said Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed would be the piggy, and then Baron Corbin would be the crow. Be the vulture guy.
Okay, I gotta figure out where we're. Oh, there he is.
And we'll fill the other one in later. But the Wyatt 6.
Alrighty. So we are now on round 12. Let's see. Heather took Becky Lynch, right?
Yep.
I'm a little shocked no one's picking developmental yet. So, but I think I'm gonna wait one more round. I'm gonna take Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
Good choice.
I like that. All right. So this is round 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now it's round 12 to SmackDown. You guys took Karrion Kross, and Scarlett. So let me look here. I'm going to grab another lady for us, and I'm going to take Naomi, who is still on WWE.com.
Good call. I was going to do that. I was going to do the same thing. Good. I'm glad you caught that. I was going to do the same shit.
Nice.
But I was going to do it later on. I don't think they would have caught that.
So is she still listed as active roster?
Yeah. So I wonder if she's coming back because I noticed that too yesterday. She's on the roster.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, she's on their webpage, so it's interesting.
Okay.
It's interesting. And just for newsworthiness, she just dropped her trademark for her other name.
Interesting.
Yeah, I always wondered if she was going to leave or not because of her husband, But
but she just dropped her trademark request for her other name.
We are at round 13 now, and it's Team Raw's pick.
Heather, did you want to pick?
Shinsuke.
I like that. Former Royal Rumble winner.
If I was you guys, I'd put Shinsuke and Karrion Kross together.
Right. Round 13, and I believe Carlos is on the board here for us.
So again, we're gonna go with the developmental. Again, I'm gonna make this guy lose drinking out of his shoe, but I'm picking Grayson Waller.
Wow.
Okay, Grayson. All right. So round 14, Team Raw's pick.
I'm surprised no one's picked this yet, but I'm going with the entire Gargano faction. We're going to take Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano,
I hate you.
Dexter
It was on
Loomis.
my radar. I'm not going to lie. It was on my radar.
Dexter Loomis. I'm including Tommaso Ciampa in this.
Huh, what the hell? Whoa.
Hell yeah.
That's fine.
And we're going to
Are you
take
taking Indy Hartwell too?
and Indy Hartwell because we got to
That's fine.
Index together.
Yeah. So, because again, I was I was gonna pick DIY as I was gonna do just DIY, and so you stole it from me, asshole.
Wow. Heather, do you want to give Carlos the slap right now?
He's gonna get it.
Sweet.
I like it. You have to get both sides.
So we're in round 14 still. Team SmackDown. My pick. I'm going to go to the development round. I'm going to grab Carmelo Hayes.
And Trick Williams.
Yeah, and Trick. Fair enough.
There you go. They get to add all these people on.
This was round 14?
Yep. So now round 15 to Team Raw.
All right, Heather.
Nobody said Drew McIntyre yet, right?
Nope.
Not
Okay,
yet.
Drew McIntyre.
It's a good value pick. All right. Carlos, we are in round 15 and his Team SmackDown.
We're taking Wesley.
Oh. Who's the asshole now? Oh.
Nothing needs to be said with that one, huh?
Weird. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to figure out where I put him on this list. Oh, Wesley.
We're at round 16, Team Raw.
One second. Weird, I didn't even list him on here. Wesley. And this was round 15?
Yep.
We're getting into 16, I believe.
Okay.
John's pick.
No, it should be Heather's pick, I think.
No, Heather picked Drew McIntyre last.
Oh, she did. Crap.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take Braun Breaker.
I wanted him next. All right, good shot. Good choice. So this one's on me, correct? Right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to grab for our 16th pick. Let me go with Austin Theory.
Yeah, I can't believe he fell this far. Wow.
Yeah, I seen it. I was like, this about right now.
So we got all the titles, but hey, whatever.
Do we really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
Well, they
Austin
got the tag
Theory.
titles. We'll share, don't worry. All right.
So round 17, Raw starting off.
All right, Heather.
Bailey.
Take Damage Control.
Damage. I thought they were split up.
No, not yet.
Okay, Damage Control. Damage
There you
Control.
go.
Round 17, Team Raw takes Damage Control. So we're now going to Carlos for the 17th pick for us for SmackDown.
We're going to go with Dragon Lee.
All right, Dragon Lee is ours. So we're going to go into round 18.
All right. I'm just kind of going through my list here. I can't believe I'm going to say this. We're going to go with the maximum male models.
Damn, all right. Is Otis with that or no? Not yet, right?
You know what? No, we're going to include Otis in that shit.
Oh, you bastard. Otis.
And this was 18, we said?
18.
Awesome.
And then, so it's to me for SmackDown for pick 18. And you guys put the Hurt Business back together, right?
Damn straight.
All right, Carlos, I'm going to do a similar thing, but for the women, I'm going to put Toxic Attraction back together. And we're taking that.
Nice.
Oh.
We'll take that.
We need some ladies in our show. All right, so round 19 to Team Raw.
All right, Heather. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's me. Sorry.
It's John.
Oh, no, it is Heather. It is Heather.
She took Max models last, yeah.
Yeah, it is Heather. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Can I pick for you, Heather? Because I think I got
No. Don't you be sabotaging this shit.
There's a certain tag team out there that's married to your number one pick that I think you'd probably pick, but I'm just going to say that.
Dude, what?
There's a tag team that's married to your number one draft pick that I would be picking if I was you, if I was dropping right now. I'm just saying.
I already picked them.
You picked the three Papa? Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, never mind. Oh, sorry. My bad.
See, he wasn't even paying attention. That should be bad monkey points there.
That's a good tactic to make them run out the clock. I like it, Carlos.
I'm going to pick Natalia.
Good pick. Good veteran to have on the roster.
Well, I got Natalia and Shotzi together. There you go.
Do you want to take Shotzi with her?
Yes.
All right.
All right. We're at round 19, and it's Carlos, I believe.
So I'm going developmental, but not really. And again, this is a faction that I think could really do a lot of damage, and that's going to be Jinder Mahal with Indishir.
So Jinder Mahal and okay, I got you. Okay, so it is now round 20. We're down to 5 more picks, and Team Raw is going to lead it off.
6 more picks.
Well, you know what?
We're at 20, right? So
Yeah, 20, 21,
Yeah.
20. There's 6. We're still 6. Yeah.
Yeah, we're currently entering round 20, so
gotcha.
this one's going to be interesting. But Heather, please don't judge me when I bring this one up.
Oh my God.
I think we are going to end up taking Pretty Deadly.
That's a good pick.
Yes.
Another tag team to go with
Yeah,
your
they're
model.
good.
All right. So it is to Team SmackDown to us. I'm going to take the Miz.
Ms. and Mrs.
Miz and Mrs.
No, you pronounced it wrong because according to Bo Dallas, it's Mers. Ms. and Mers.
So I'm going to take her and him for our
Yes,
20th.
thank you. Ms. and Mrs. Good pick.
All right. Heather, you're up for round 21.
LA Knight.
Yes. Good girl.
I think John's liking that one. Carlos, who's our 21st pick for SmackDown?
So again, we're gonna take Liv Morgan and Roxana Perez. We're gonna, or not Liv Morgan and what's her name?
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, we're gonna take the women's tag.
Nice. Happy to have her. All right. So we're getting into round 22 to Team Raw.
You know, I think there's going to be maybe some shift with the announced team, but I think we're going to take them as a married couple. So we're going to keep Carmella and Corey Graves.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
I like
Corey.
that.
It makes you feel better. I had Corey on the radar. So
Really?
I did. Yeah. It was kind of in my.
Because he can wrestle. He's cleared to wrestle.
Yeah. I was kind of a 2-for combo there, possible. Okay. So we're at, is it Carlos? No, it's my pick, correct?
Yeah, whoever's on 22.
22. So, I'm all right. So I'm going to take somebody, and I want to take them because they're a talent that should be a main event talent. And I feel like we, as general managers, can revitalize his career. I'm going to take Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph and Ali.
Okay, we can take them.
You want both Dolph and Ali?
Yep, as a tag. Yep, good
All
pick.
right.
All right.
Round 23.
Heather, that's you.
Oh, good Lord. I'm running out of people.
Don't be afraid to tell me to pick, because I won't.
You pick, John. You pick, John.
All right. I'm going to draft Tyler Bate.
Ah, that's a good pick.
All right. Carlos, who's our 23rd pick?
So with our 23rd pick, and again, you're gonna be looking at getting the most bang for your buck. And again, as general manager, we can do what we want. So again, if I'm running SmackDown, I'm gonna pay this guy the amount of money he'd make to make a movie to get him like on the show for like a good 4-month reign, put the title on him, and get him the record, and that's gonna be John Cena.
Yes, that's who I wanted. I was really, really hoping you'd grab it, or I would. Nice pick.
Thank you. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's some star power that instantly will draw in an audience. So,
Yeah, I don't think we could see that pick, so
right. All right. We are at 24 to Team Raw.
did you want to take a stab at it, Heather?
No, I'm just going to let you have the rest.
Oh dear. Way to put the pressure on me. I know they're probably not going to be moved up yet, but I'm going to take Schism.
That's hey, why not?
Take another faction. I like it.
You might get The Rock on your show with the Schism with his daughter there.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, but we got Roman. So,
All right, so that means we're
And
taking.
Cody.
So
and
that
Rory.
so that means we're taking Ava, Joe Gacy, Jagger Reed, and Rip Fowler.
Yep.
all right. So, pick 24 is mine, and then Carlos, you have the final pick for us at 25.
Yep.
Carlos, let me ask: do you want a singles male, a single female, or a tag team?
Well, I'm picking a tag team with my last pick.
Okay, so do you want me to not take a tag team then? So you
Well,
want a
you
lady
can
or a
if you
guy?
want. I mean,
Okay.
so just so you guys know, so the thing if we're doing this later on and we do some fun fantasy booking with this, the one thing that Brian and I would like to do on SmackDown is revitalize the cruiserweight title. So maybe with that in mind, you would think about a cruiserweight to bring on the show with that pick. Just saying.
I'm looking. I'm not seeing one that's in my list. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tag team.
Okay.
And so I'm going to grab Gallus to round out our tag
Nice.
division.
Okay. That sounds good.
And then Raw, who's going to be your final pick? And then I figure after we get our picks, we can talk a little bit about our strategy and why we, read.
I got one more pick after this. I got the last pick.
Hang on, I'm just
So Raw, go ahead with your pick, your final pick.
Final pick, and I think we need to get her up here. We're going with Roxanne Perez.
Nice.
All right, rounding out the female division, the final pick, Roxanne Perez for Team Raw. And Carlos, who is going to be SmackDown's final roster member?
So again, I know this is a team nobody would pick, but for me, this is what I want to see in wrestling. And again, and I think they would go to the tag team.
I'm going to shoot you.
I think it goes to the tag team and cruiserweight division that we would have. So with the final pick, I pick Los Lotharios.
Okay. I was going to say, if you say Doink and Dink, I'm going to shoot you.
The one I was wanting was JD McDonough.
I remember you mentioning that. All right, so we're rounding out with our cruiserweight tag team. Do we want to go over the list and kind of a little bit of why Team Raw drafted that way and their thought, and then we'll do Team SmackDown?
I don't know if we're going to have too much in-depth thought, but we can give it a try.
Just that
No, we're not.
That way everybody can kind of hear how it shook out after all the picks, and then they can vote on which roster is the best.
Well, we could do that. We'll have to do a poll to kind of tie in with this. But, yeah, why don't we go ahead?
Right. So.
I guess. Well, you two don't talk too much.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So for Brian and I, like the one thing with me, like is like the one thing we talked like we didn't really talk about it until last night, but like the one thing like with me, like I was looking for the most bang for our buck, so that was factions. The thing I really wanted to do was like what AEW does is bring tag team wrestling, and the other thing I wanted to do was also bring back the cruiserweight title. And what I was talking to Brian about too was like if you guys would have took the bloodline. Like but even like that for us, what I would say for us is I would combine the two. I would just combine Roman's titles into one, and I would bring back the big gold belt and have that be the championship of Raw. And then for me, like I would also have with all the factions, and again we all seem to like them. I'd also have the 6-man. I would keep the tag team championships unified, and then I would have a 6-man title, and then so I'd have then each brand would have a women's title. So I'd have the 6-man, the women's tags. And then I'd have the tag team titles where they could be on both brands, the champions.
Yeah, and one of the things to Carlos' point about the cruiserweight division, we thought we would take our brand and try to relaunch. You guys did steal LWO out from under us because I was kind of hoping to have Ray as the king of the cruiserweights to help kick that off. But you guys did get him, so congratulations on that. I do like that we got the bloodline. And, we got a lot of tag teams. I think that was our overall strategy, was to get a couple main eventers and some name brand recognition along with them. And then go after some tag teams to, bring tag team wrestling back alive. I'm not sure how many girls we ended up with. I was hoping to get some developmental talent girls to kind of help build that up for the brand with maybe 2 known names. I know we got Charlotte, and so we'll have to revisit where it all shook out.
We got Charlotte. We got Rhea. We got Liv. We got Raquel. So the thing is, again, I really wanted because I didn't get, but yeah, we got Naomi too. So again, but to me, the one thing I think would be cool, and again, just fantasy booking for WWE is I think you take the main 25 you want on both brands, and then the other ones you either let them go okay, do you guys want to stay with WWE, and you maybe let them go work the indies too, where they get to kind of get their get people behind them back and then bring them on, but just use the other talent to fluctuate both shows and kind of keep them fresh,
I like that. Just for fun fantasy booking, just take our rosters in the future pay-per-view and just say, hey, we're going to roll out a fantasy card for fun. I like that.
And I think that's something we could do with this if you guys wanted to, for extra episodes too, is fantasy, for me, fantasy booking, like I said, I would give John Cena his 17th title reign, and then I'd eventually have Randy Orton beat him, and again, I thought you guys would take Cody, so I'm not shocked we got him, but definitely finish to me, I think with this too, getting to fix a lot of things that we see wrong, and and again with choosing tag team wrestlers too, it's using them like AW uses a Dax Harwood. So when Dax wrestles, he gives a good match and he might lose, but as a tag team, it's really hard to beat him. And utilizing the tag team wrestlers more like that, so you're giving more fresh matches to your audience as well.
Something I'm surprised it didn't come into play. I don't know if it would. I didn't want to play like that, but it was there was a vacant spot on WWE.com, which was really weird to me. And I was like, who is that? And I seen that. I was like, man, I almost want to draft the vacant guy just because that's a free agent, free signing, right? So I was like, man, I didn't want to play the game like that, but I was like, oh, there's a vacant spot literally on the WWE.com page, which is kind of funny. John, Heather, what was some of the thoughts behind some of your Raw picks?
Did you want to say anything first, Heather, or is Heather even still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
So some thoughts on your Raw picks and maybe, some of the strategy of what you guys wanted to do with them.
I mean, I don't know. I just was trying to back up John. I don't really, because I just popped up in all this, so I didn't really have much thought on anything. So
yeah.
Heather's strategy was anybody but almost Dom Mysterio, Grayson Waller, The Miz.
No, he got drafted by the Hurt Business, right?
Yeah, we drafted the Hurt Business.
Heather ended up almost. I just want to point that out.
Heather goes first episode. Heather appears and fires him.
I will say this in fairness to Heather, it was me who drafted Omos, so she can smack me later. So
he tried to hide it behind. I'm taking the Hurt Business, and then he named him off. He's like,
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that he included Omos in that group. So again.
But
so John, maybe what was some of the thoughts on some of the guys you drafted and what you want to do?
So here's my thought process with Raw. I think one of the biggest things I really would like to see Raw go back to is during the Monday Night Wars, we saw Raw be one of the edgiest programs in that time. Back when they were, I guess you can say, be a little more racy with the product. You can still do it with today's product, just you don't want to go over the top like they did during the Attitude Era. A lot of these groups and singles that we recruited, I think, can fit that mold. I mean, especially with Maximum Male Models, if they can start booking that right, that would be a good way to get the image in there. Corey, Carmella, I mean, obviously don't have a problem displaying their little PDA every time they broadcast Raw. I think recruiting the LWO was a big steal for us. I think they can go take it a little more to the extreme, especially with us recruiting the Schism. Schism is a very dark group, and I think that could even bring some more content to Raw as far as being an edgy program. But we also brought up some of the developmental too, because I think Raw would be a good spot to kind of test them out and see how they can develop, not just on Raw, but if in future they do more drafts, see where we could trade them to fit them in the better TV audience. I mean, obviously you see a lot of, not so much a lot, but a little bit of an atmosphere feel difference between Raw and SmackDown, and nothing wrong with that. SmackDown's just always felt like the family oriented, where Raw still kind of feels like it's the old days in the Attitude Era, where it seems like it should be a little more extreme than what SmackDown is.
Nice. And like I said, it sounds like Raw stuck with its name, right? And you guys went for the Raw edgier. I like that angle. In addition to a lot of development talent. So we're on SmackDown, I think we went for a little bit of a brand recognition, tag team, that kind of stuff. Now in, a few years, that development probably will kick our butts, especially, right? Ultimately, just a few things that I noticed that are still out there. And if you guys notice any others that are free agents, so to speak, that were not drafted, I'll just throw them out there. So like Edge is still out there as a free agent and undrafted. Keep me honest here. The Brawling Brutes, were they taken?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Vacant was not taken, as I mentioned. Candice LeRae, Alba Fire, Emma, Thea Hale, and Chase U.
We took Candice LeRae.
Oh, did you add her? Okay.
Yeah.
As far as the Gargano group, I didn't hear that, so I apologize.
No, you're good.
Mia Yim, Piper Niven, Trish Stratus, and that's everybody that I had on my list that was kind of out there. But it just didn't make the cut for us. Did you guys have any others that weren't drafted?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Carlos.
So for me, the ones I made my top 50 of who I'd want, and for me, the people that weren't drafted was Chelsea Green, and then Chelsea Green. I would have took Isla Dawn and Level Fire just because they're a really good tag team. I think they both could be on the main event roster. Edge, like you said, also Zoe Starks, and then Dragunov too, and then Jaden McDonough.
Nice.
One thing I will say that did kind of, I'm looking at the list of names that nobody's been drafted, and I'm going to throw them out there kind of by the brands they're on right now. Nikki Cross, Piper Niven. I think we all kind of slept on those two. Unfortunately, we haven't really seen a whole lot with them recently, and hopefully that's going to change. Chad Gable, which I'm surprised none of us picked. I mean, that guy's kind of like a mini Kurt Angle. I think he's still got a good long future with WWE as long as he stays healthy, injury free. As far as the SmackDown, Madcap Moss, Emma were definitely not drafted, which kind of scares me because ever since Emma's been back, the popularity level of her just hasn't been there like it was the first run. I think everybody was really shocked when WWE released her, but now that they brought her back after having some brief stints in the Independence, Impact, she's returned, and it seems like they really don't have anything for her other than they're just keeping her away from the competition. NXT, like you mentioned, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. I think right now they should be staying in NXT to help the women out a little bit. You still need those veterans in there. The one that really did kind of shock me that nobody picked, actually a couple, Zoe Stark, Wendy Chu. I think definitely Tiffany Stratton's ready for main roster.
We definitely slept on Wendy Chu.
But the one I think we all really slept on was Caden Carter and Katana Chance.
Oh, sorry, they were on my list too. So they were on my top 50. Sorry, I forgot. I was just going to tell them they were on my. I wanted them, and I was going back and forth for them. I would have. Yeah, they're on my top 50.
And I do have to say one more from the developmental brand, Apollo Crews.
Oh wow, yeah.
No one picked him either, and I was just in total shock by these ones that none of us really mentioned.
So I have a question for you too. And again, this is fun. So because I think our roster is really, really strong. So I have a question. If we were to offer you Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins for the LWO, would you trade them?
Ooh.
Wait a minute, we're doing trades?
Ooh. I think we should save this for the next episode. Heather, what do you think?
He has to trade Brock Lesnar and who?
Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins for the LWO.
I don't think so.
Denied.
Heather, now that Brock's a heel, I was like, fuck him.
You took one of my top picks there, Carlos. But I see what you're doing.
I'm just like again looking at it from like a general manager's thing. Like we are so top heavy. Like to me, like I think and I think they're missing a couple main event stars. So I am like, why not like make a like would they you notice I didn't include Cody, right? I was just like, but I was thinking, keep Seth and Becky on the same brand, so for their baby, and throw in Brock too, and see why not, because I think they could benefit from those main event stars. Hey, we'll take them. Remember LWO was their second. LWO was their second pick.
That's true. I mean, I'm happy overall with our picks. Like I said, I think we did what we wanted to do. It's
we can have the Cleveland faction with Grayson Waller, Logan Paul, and The Miz.
Right?
Oh no, Grayson Waller, but Logan Paul, and The Miz.
Yeah. We got Dolph.
Oh yeah.
Good old Nick. No, I was going to say, I think ultimately, and plus it's always hard because you're in the pick and then they're picking and you have a list in front of you, but then you're like, oh, I got to make a decision quickly, so. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's going to be fun to revisit these lists and kind of just maybe, book a card with it and see, we can use that if we want. But
and the one thing that shocked me is that the one that really shocked me is that you guys didn't take Theory after we had the Intercontinental champion. Like I was kind of like shocked. Okay, like all right.
Well, I was getting ready to pick Theory, and then Brian, I was like, I'm going to do this. I don't want him, but I'm going to. And then Brian said, I was like, damn it.
Because to me, like he would have been like a top 10. I would have took Theory over Shane and Ronda. But at the same time, if you can book Shane and Ronda like they should be booked, they could be top 5 picks too. So I get the strategy.
When I grabbed Theory, like I seen him and I didn't see him till later, and I was like, oh, he's still on my list. And then I said, Heather hates him enough. He might last.
Right? Yeah.
Well, Heather isn't the only general manager here.
But when you picked him, you was sitting there talking, and I was sitting there looking. I was looking at him. I was like, I can't stand this asshole. I said, but I'm going to pick him. And then you said Austin Theory. I was like, damn it.
Something my gut was telling me to. I was like, I better grab him now because I don't know. I thought one of you guys might snatch him up pretty soon. So definitely a developmental future guy, in my opinion. So I would like to pair him and Dolph Ziggler up in a fantasy match. I think that would be a fun one.
Well, I thought they already fought each other, though.
Like in a program?
Yeah. Didn't Ziggler and Theory feud for like
the
a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I slept on that one. I didn't even watch that. Very cool. Well, any other final thoughts?
That was fun. I mean, I had fun. I mean, I'll go. I know you. I mean, Heather wasn't prepared, but I hope you guys have fun. To me, like this is what we do in our heads all the time. So I'm glad we did this. I had a really good time with it.
Yeah, I think we should try this again on the next draft. See how it goes.
And maybe I think for a bonus episode, like I said, we could book the big fight episode. We could book the Money in the Bank review based off our rosters, you know. And
then there's always other versions we can do. Like maybe in the fall we can do an AEW draft or something, you know, just to have a little fun with it. But thank you guys for putting that effort into it. I mean, I know we kind of brainstormed it in the chat and kind of developed it together. So I had fun with it. And like Carlos said, this is kind of what we do all the time as fans, right? Fantasy warfare. If you're playing WWE 2K, you're playing general manager, right? So, all right.
So I have a question. Again, let's do this one. Let's do this one last thing with fantasy, and let's. Okay, so if you could go to AEW right now, again, we're the GMs, and you can take 3 talents. Who would you guys take
from WWE?
From AEW, and bring them to our roster.
I'll bring them to ours. I'm not gonna lie. I would personally want Kenny Omega.
Okay.
He would be on my list for sure. I go back and forth if I want the Bucks with him or not, but Kenny's definitely one I would take. What about you guys?
Ooh,
well, for me, it would be Wardlow, MJF, and Brian Cage.
I definitely would agree with Carlos. I would bring Wardlow. I don't know if Brian Cage would fit the WWE mold though. I would go with.
But that's where it's like a fantasy booking like.
What's that?
Oh, I think he's saying if we book it fantasy, like on our team.
A little more fuel in their tank.
Yeah, I definitely would go with I would go with Wardlow and the Firm.
Okay.
Ooh, the Firm's good. I know Heather's like BBC, BCC.
Yeah.
Who do you want, Heather?
The BCC.
Okay.
She's a little biased.
The former WWE guys, right? We want to bring them back. I'm going to say Omega, MJF. I think it was Carlos that said that for sure. And then, I mean, for my third, like I said, I guess Bryan Danielson. I know he's been there and done it, but I've always liked him in both promotions. So he'd be one of my go guys. Well, cool. John, do we want to wrap this up?
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And for those of you listening on Twitter Space, we will not be back on the 30th, but we will be back, whatever that next Sunday is. I'm trying to look. Yeah, the 7th. So, yeah, we will be back on Sunday, May 7th. We may be broadcasting a different way, but stay tuned. Follow us on our Twitter handles. You can follow me at WF Insight Podcast. Heather?
At BamaGirl _4 EVA. BamaGirl forever. Roll Tide, bitches.
Carlos?
So I'm at C to the LOS 77 on Twitter. Also Rainbow Goodness _ on Instagram. And then also my nonprofit is Conquer the No.
And Brian?
It's at the Brian Adkins with a Y, Brian with a Y. And that's out on Twitter. And follow, and I always try to follow back.
Awesome. Again, we will be back Sunday, May 7th for episode number 57. So keep tuned. We'll let you know the details. For all the team here, we wish you well, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.